This PSA was brought to you by the Peter G Show.
You may have second thoughts after the show.
Don't drink the positive. We're really talented. We should get Oscars.
Just pick out a car, for Christ's sake.
No, hi, my name is Peter.
I want.
Here's good.
Yeah.
Madam Perry.
I need to get back in the genie bottle.
Louis from Pennsylvania, you're on. He likes it. It's showtime.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorce dad, single dad, divorce dad, single dad, Peter G Show.
People don't understand why it's so hard to do this show. Exhibit A, Pepsi.
Yeah, baby. Bada boom, bada bing.
Sometimes you have to figure out how to squeeze the talent out of your crew.
And cut. All right, can we have a little more pizzazz this time?
Yeah. What do you want from me, man?
How hard can this be?
All right, maybe you can give a little something new here.
Where's my beer?
You just drank 4.
Damn.
That's great. Now do it again. How hard is it to do the part?
Phil, do this. Phil, do that. It's always Phil's fault.
Divorce and single parenting show. It's funny, right?
I'm gonna kill my agent.
Oh, okay, not so much.
Keep your knees between your feet, folks, and don't. I f***ed it up.
How hard? Love you guys. Peace out.
Peter G Show.
Favorite people. We are going to talk to the infamous Steve Lukather, my bro.
Infamous. I got married my first time very young, and had kids when I was 27. It was the first time I had kids.
Yeah.
I have 4 kids.
Now.
Yes.
Okay, but you had
31, 29, 9, and 6.
Mr. Greg Fillingames.
Hello.
How many times have you been married?
Okay. This is now the 4th and final.
What are you currently doing now? I mean, who are you helping and how are you helping?
Currently, I work at the Child and Family Guidance Center in Northridge.
Divorce being part of...
Yes.
Is it a large part of the...
It's a good part. I know last year I did more divorce clientele.
So when she said, you're just a Disneyland dad, I thought that was a compliment. I'm like, well thank you. So she says this is apparently a term that they use. I don't know if they use it in court, but she said this is frowned upon in court. So when I said thank you, she's like, that's not a compliment.
Pepsi's not married, right?
Nope.
Never been divorced.
Nope.
Have no kids.
Nope.
Have no purpose for even being on this show.
Well, don't have any kids that I know of.
Well, as you started, I was born and raised at Inglewood, California, and my parents were married for 22 years before their divorce. I came around a little bit later. My sister and I are about 11 years apart. And when I came around, my parents weren't actually the happiest. They didn't sleep in the same room.
So your parents went through a divorce?
Yeah, afterwards, when we were already grown up, so it's like just had a dysfunctional marriage.
I don't know, it was kind of rough seeing them split up, but it was like, you gotta deal with it, bro.
What advice would you give people for a long, happy marriage?
Pay attention. If you suspect something, it's probably true.
Trust each other and listen to each other.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorce dad, single dad, divorce dad, single dad, Peter G Show.
That's right. Huh? 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 Notice anything different? How the hell is everybody doing? A little bit excited. I'm actually nervous tonight. I don't get nervous very often. Well, I get, the little heebie-jeebies, but not like nervous. Nervous tonight. A lot going on. I hope everybody's doing well. I want to thank everybody who's going to be tuning in and listening in the future and watching, and all my viewers. because I want to welcome everybody to our 200th. That's right. Hard to believe. 200th. Life with Peter G Show. The Peter G Show. Right here. Oh, what a ride it's been. Those of you who followed along since the beginning may have some, memories of how it all began and all that. But tonight, we are going to revisit some of those memories. We're going to take a walk down memory lane. And we're going to do a little bit more of the funnier stuff. Hey, Paul. Oh, my God. This is stuff that has been going on all these years. Someday I won't be able to do this like this, but for right now, I can. Anyway, we're going to really go back, and you're going to see the evolution of the show on how it all started, and, the look, the sound, the clips. But this time we're going to focus on more of the funnier and more entertaining stuff. Not to say that the serious stuff isn't important. The serious stuff is so important. There's no doubt about that. But we'll talk about it. But again, tonight's a little more lighthearted night, and we're going to just touch on some of the past things and how it all went down and all the above. But well, first things first, a few things. Before we get this party started, I want to tell, that's right. I want to tell you something about next week. As always, first we got to take care of business first, all right? Next week. Now, this is something else that's exciting me too, because this is something personal for me. I'm going to have a guest on next week, Wednesday, March 29th. I'm going to have a Connecticut guitar instructor and music teacher, Mr. Nicky Nasco. He's going to be on this show. I tracked him down. Why am I going to have guitar instructor and music teacher Nicky Nasco from Connecticut? Good question. I've always been one to be inspired. I was inspired as a young child about music and things like bands, concerts, parades, musical instruments. All that stuff just made the hair stand up on my arms. I remember standing at parades back when they had parades, a lot of them, and the drum line would go by and the hair would stand up on my arms. No lie, at 5 years old. I was always that kid. And we're going to talk to Nick about how he inspires young minds and, teaching music and guitar and all that stuff. But here's the real kicker. This is something that he doesn't know yet, but he knows it, but he doesn't know he knows it. I actually met Nicky Nasco decades ago, many, many, many years ago. I'm going to tell you, when I tell you the story, when we do it next week, you're going to go, holy crap. He doesn't know how we met right now. And I had to tell him that we've actually met, but I did not tell him how we met or where we met. But I promised him that it's nothing bad and it's very inspirational to me. And I want to save it for the show because I want his true reaction, because I promise you, I bet $1 million gazillion he does not know, and he's racking his brain out for weeks now trying to figure out who the hell am I and where did we meet and how. Because I'm out in LA, he's in Connecticut. This was a long time before I was in LA, and I'm going to blow his mind. And I promise you, it's going to be pretty. I think it's pretty cool. And here's the reason: inspiration. It's something I never forgot as a child, and it wasn't a bad memory. I've been very fortunate. Most of my memories are great memories of things, but this was one of them. And I hope that it's going to touch him just as it touched me. But that's what we're doing. Next week, March 29th, guitar instructor Nicky Nasco, inspiring young kids' minds on learning music and playing instruments. Plus, I'm going to remind him on how we met many decades ago, and he has no clue, and how it inspired me. And I think it's going to be pretty awesome. So I want you to tune in for that, okay? Please. That's important. As always, I need you guys to go to YouTube and subscribe, please. just go over to YouTube. I know you're watching from Facebook, but do me this 200th show anniversary favor. I ask this every week, and I have to continue to ask this because I'm having problems with YouTube. I've been having problems, and until we get the numbers back up over there, because they wiped me out. So it was like almost like a start over thing. So please just go and hit subscribe. It'll remind you when the show starts. It's free. It's free. It's free and easy. It takes a second. Just go Peter G Show, on YouTube, and it'll take you to the page and just hit the subscribe button, and boom, that's it. If you want to watch from Facebook or LinkedIn's or all the other platforms or podcasts, please, but just do that, okay? I appreciate it. And again, for those of you who love to watch but are busy, I know how busy life is, put an earbud in your ear, Google Peter G Show podcast. That's right. It's on podcast, audio only, and you can do it while you're driving in the car. Look, I'm making believe. I'm kind of helping you out to picture this. Look, I'm listening to the Peter G Show. Holy crap. There's good. There's almost 300 shows I can pick from and topics and all this stuff to do. Wow. I should do that. Anyway, let's go to Google Peter G Show podcast and pick from the many and take us on the road with you. Listen to us while you're at work. Work's boring. All right? Anyway, that's where all that's at. So, I would just appreciate it if you do that. Now we're taking care of business. One more piece of business. Okay, I'm just about ready to go into the archives and start looking at how all this evolved. But first, need to have a good word from my friends over at Clean Start Products and their DX1 driver that helps you save money in fuel. So I'll be right back.
Let us help you with the high price of fuel. Hello, I'm Ty Thompson at CleanStarProducts.com. We can optimize your engine, saving you money in gas. Here's how. Our program works the same with gasoline and diesel engines. Whether you're using a car pack or SUV pack, the instructions are the same. Add 1 bottle to your engine oil, and each time you change your oil, add 1 bottle to the fuel tank each and every fuel fill-up. It's that easy. You get 10% fuel economy on average, lower emissions, and increased horsepower. DX1 sells for $2 an ounce, so for just a few dollars a fuel tank, you can optimize your engine, saving you money in gas. Come on, give it a try. It's the finest green-grade oil in the world from a California environmental company. You're going to feel it when you drive. Order online today. We'll get it out right away. CleanStarProducts.com/shop.
That's right. Clean Start Products and their DX1 driver. Hey, they have something that works, people. Promise you. Let's face it. Cars are expensive. Gas? Get sick every time I pull up to the pump. Okay? They have a product that will help you increase your fuel economy, better emissions, takes care of your engine, runs smoother, less friction, more lubricity, all in this little bitty bottle right here. Pour it into a clean oil change, it lasts the whole oil change. All right? Then put a little bottle in your fuel every time you fill up. You will get up to 10% better gas mileage just from doing this. Pretty plain and simple. Better emissions too, better for the environment. And this is a California emissions control tested, proven scientifically. If it passes California, it'll pass anything. Okay? Do yourself a favor. Go out and get you some. If you want to speak to the people at Clean Start Products, just go to their website, CleanStarProducts.com. They will talk to you. Good people. I just recommend that you just check them out because you don't know what you don't know. And let's face it, man, money is tight. Okay. So just go and do that. And that's it. Love those guys. And let's face it, they know what I do and they still sponsor me. So I'm in. And now we're going to get to business. Got a lot of stuff to do tonight. If I told everybody maybe perhaps you should put a diaper on so you don't have to get up from your chair to go to the bathroom or anything, because it's only going to be a little bit of a longer show tonight, but it's going to be worth it. Promise you. In 2017, actually in 2016, this show officially started to air. It was called The Jim and Peter Show. I had a partner. We had been talking about this, and because I came up with this idea back in 2012. and it just took a long time to get it off the ground. My ideas were bigger than my budget, and it's just a long story. I mean, a lot of people call, I guess, the word I'm looking for is procrastination. I mean, I wanted to do it so big that we could never get it done. But eventually, several years later, we started doing it little by little. But it didn't last long with the partner that I had. It just we thought it was going to work good, but it just didn't work. So in 2017, that's when I officially launched the Peter G Show. And it was basically the first of the year. And on the first of the year, the baby New Year came by. And he came by to celebrate the kickoff of the Peter G Show. With a toast, of course. Ain't nothing the baby New Year does without alcohol. Any day of the week. And that's what happened. So let's check out this first kickoff clip to how it all began.
Right, you're right. Procrastination is not the right way. I think that everybody should be.
Oh wait, there's more.
I had a good friend who came to visit me, and he brought me. I'm Greek. We all know that.
Oh no.
I'm not super Greek, but I'm Greek. There's no denying it. Take a good look, people. I'm Greek. Come with Greek parents. I'm Greek. So this other Greek that I met and I'm friends with, being that he's Greek, he knows that my parents came from an island that's famous for their ouzo, which is this will put lead in your pencil. It's not for the faint. Yeah, you do. Use a little air there. So I've been hanging on to it, and I said, you know what? The new year, we're going to do a shot. I don't drink a lot, but believe me, as you can, you guys know that live through all this crap, and it'll get you to change a few of your ideas. Anyway, so he brought me this bottle, and I figured, what better of a time than to do just a shot of.
Oh wow.
Yeah, ouzo.
Wow.
To bring in the new year.
Well, thank you.
This is for you guys.
It's sacrilegious for the baby New Year to refuse a drink.
Yes, somehow I felt that. So here's to 2017. Here's to change for the positive. Here's to quit bitching and more doing. And here's to God bless all of us, because I'm here for you. We're here for you. And we all lean on each other, because that's what friends do. Spread the word. The Jim and Peter / Peter G Show is still going to keep going. Regardless, I don't care what we call it, as long as we're here. So, cheers and Happy New Year.
Salud, my friend.
Holy moly.
Woo!
Tasty. Holy crap.
Black licorice.
Oof. It's a good thing it's not New Year's every day.
Here's to, it is a good thing there's not New Year's every day, but here's to less bitching and more doing. Smooth. Oh, fear not, okay? Because the baby New Year would check in from time to time as the first couple of years rolled around. We'd put a call into the baby New Year and just to see how we're doing and see how he's doing. So this is how the baby New Year continued on.
Right, you're right. Procrastination is not the right way. I think that everybody should be proactive. If you know you need to do something, you shouldn't wait until the end of the year. That's just an excuse that I made up a long time ago, but don't tell anybody.
Okay. Hey, no, don't worry. Nobody's listening to this show anyway.
Anyway, but you're right. You're absolutely right. Nobody should have to wait until tomorrow to just be a better person. Be kinder to people, have more patience.
Right. Absolutely.
Take time to listen. We have 2 ears and only one mouth for a reason. I think we were meant to listen more than we were meant to talk. right?
That's very philosophical, Baby New Year. Who this wasn't the Baby New Year I had a couple of years ago. The Baby New Year was in a diaper, and I believe you shit your pants in the car getting to the show.
Yeah, well, it's like 6 days afterwards, man. I'm kind of about halfway sober, but it's still, about 3/4 in the bag.
No,
so.
this is good. This is good. I like this because we're getting some. I didn't know what to expect, and this might be good, folks. Who knows? I think we hit the jackpot.
For Christmas, as is tradition on Christmas Day, I cleaned my toilet and I ate a pizza. So I do that every Christmas, whether it needs it or not. So,
right.
Cleanliness is next to, whatever.
All right, I'm going to write that down. That's a hell of a ritual. Can you tell me how that started or why? Oh. Hello? What'd I tell you? Oh my God. Baby New Year, are you okay?
Sorry, sir. Sorry. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. The Baby New Year. Wow. Baby New Year sharing some of his wisdom and his bongology. But the Baby New Year would check in from time to time. That's for sure. But one thing I loved doing was celebrating the holidays. We'd have a lot of call-ins on the holidays because the shows were on Sundays for quite some time. I don't know if people remember that, but the shows used to be on Sundays up until 2 years ago. And a lot of holidays fell on Sundays, your Mother's Day, your Father's Day, your Easters, things like that, holiday weekends, Memorial Days. So I enjoyed calling in and really checking out some of the holidays, antics. And one holiday that we used to love calling in for was good old St. Patrick, which we used to call him every once in a while and just get a little glimpse of what's going on with St. Patrick. And here you go.
So what's up with the pot of gold?
Oh, the pot. We're talking, my boy.
Hey.
We're talking 2 different strains of gold, my boy.
Are you really? Acapulco and Colombian?
Well, maybe some Gorilla Glue and maybe some Strawana.
Wow. I mean, there's always this myth.
Things have come a long ways, me boy.
Okay, so times have changed is what you're trying to say?
Times have changed.
Okay. I mean, so the myth about the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow now, what I don't understand. What is that?
Oh, no, that's true.
It's true.
That's true.
Is it?
Oh, yes, certainly. Oh, yes.
But I can never find the end of that rainbow. If I find a rainbow, by the time I get to it, it's gone. Hello? St. Patrick?
Oh, thank you, baby Jesus.
I said pot of gold, not pot of Acapulco gold. What is it about St. Patrick's Day that everybody wants to party on St. Patrick's Day? I just don't understand how everybody just gets in the spirit and they're in full bloom and costume, the whole deal. What's up with that?
Well, it's the lucky the Irish,
Is it?
Oh, yeah, you get drunk, man. Hopefully you get lucky.
I'm feeling lucky, but I don't.
Yeah, the lucky the Irish,
Yeah, lucky the Irish. What's
you
up?
Get drunk and hopefully you get lucky.
Yeah, but I did have an experience once on St. Patrick's Day where I did get drunk, and I thought I thought I had a 10 at 2, but when I woke up it was a 2 at 10.
Well, these things happen to all the best folks.
I almost gnawed my arm off.
Yeah, no.
I almost had to leave a piece of me behind.
Always a party with St. Patrick. Always a party with St. Patrick. Speaking of parties, nothing says party like Cinco de Mayo. And I always liked having that holiday and using it on the show and calling Jose for Cinco de Mayo. It was always a treat. And at least I thought it was always a treat, or maybe we were just buzzed. But the thing was, we always had some fun on Cinco de Mayo. So let's talk Let's hear what Jose's got to say about Cinco de Mayo back in the day when we used to call him up and check out the holiday. All right.
Del Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo, Jose. How are you?
Bien, bien. ¿Y tú?
One more time in English.
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Pedro Gonzalez from Life with Pedro Gonzalez tonight. How are you, sir?
I am very good. Happy Cinco de Mayo to you.
Yeah. I think it's more about
what do you call
here we go.
five Mexicans trying to cross the Rio Grande?
Lucky?
Cinco de Mayo.
You're starting.
It is the month of May.
You're starting right out the gate, aren't you?
No me chingues, cabrón.
Chingues.
Last question.
Okay. Mexican word of the day. Cheez-Its.
Did you hear about the winner of the Mexican beauty contest?
Oh. No. I haven't heard about the winner of the Mexican beauty contest.
Me neither.
Okay. I almost pissed my nose. That was fucking funny. I gotta write that down. Write that down. Have you heard of it? Oh, that's not true. There's a lot of hot Mexican women out there.
Truth is stranger than fiction. It's really funny.
Yes, and I know funny.
And I know funny. Cinco de Mayo with Jose. It was always a party. It's hard, you know. It's really hard going through clips because there's so much, and like there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it's like, let's just get some to bring you back to the old days, back in the day. Speaking of back in the day, in the beginning, I was really wanting to do the show to be strictly a call-in show. I wanted you, the guest, or you, the caller, to be the guest. That's what I wanted because, you know, I used to follow Facebook and everybody would air out what's going on. I mean, who's passing away, who's having surgery, what you ate for lunch. And I'm going, you know what? You're willing to put it out there. Just share, call up, and let's talk about it. You know, the only problem with that was you never knew what direction it was going to go and what you were going to get. That's for sure. Exhibit A, caller Groucho.
They even featured you on like 2 or 3 days of clips with that chaos last week. I think it was, or 2 weeks ago. When they cut the clips for the show, because during the week we do 1 minute clips.
So I did good then.
If you want to call it that, sure.
You said they featured me 2 or 3 times that week. That's not good?
Well, yeah, it's good because it was just chaos, and you know who doesn't like a train wreck?
I rest my case.
I rest my case too. That worked. It'll work.
Okay then.
All right, look, I'm gonna go because now
Let me know how many times they featured this week.
Again, we'll talk about that this week. I think we're taking a little bit of a clip break this week, but we'll see what happens.
And who do you think your sponsor will be in the future when your current sponsor drops you because of my F-bombs?
That's a good question. I don't think they're not going to drop me for the F-bombs. I just want to use them.
They're going to give you a raise because of my F-bombs.
I want to use
the F-bombs. It's how they were timed.
I want to use F-bombs tastefully. You know what I mean? Just not every other sentence. So, you know, once in a while they got to come out.
Whoa. You're saying my F-bombs weren't tasteful?
Well, you know.
I take that offensively.
Yes, I know. Defensively.
I thought we were friends. Pump the brakes,
Listen.
Pump the brakes.
All right. So have another shot. Sit back. Catch the last 10 minutes of this show. Or when it's over, you can watch the whole thing all over again at your fingertips. Because it regurgitates through Facebook. You can watch it all over again.
Regurgitates. That's a good word.
Yes. Nothing like regurgitating. I gotta go. Okay?
So how many minutes left now?
Your time is up. You put another 50 cents in.
No. You said there's 17 minutes left. How long ago was that?
There isn't. There's actually 10 minutes left. So you've managed to linger on, kind of like the flu. Okay, great. Listen, we can't talk about that stuff because nobody understands it but us. Hey, Pete.
That's good shit, though. Are you kidding me?
To you it is because you lived it. I don't think anybody gives a shit about it here. But if there's anything you want to get off your chest, please feel free.
Okay, but we could share with your listeners and let them judge if they're interested or not.
If they're okay, I'll give you. You got 2 minutes.
Food for thought. You think about that.
I will. Let's talk about it tomorrow.
I've heard your other callers, fucker. They'd be interested in this shit.
Okay, well then.
I'm sorry, that was an F-bomb.
Well, I know, but that, yeah, that was. But again,
now,
moderation.
What was that sponsor that dropped you because of my F-bombs?
No, nobody dropped me yet, but they're probably thinking about it.
Yeah, what was that sponsor that's going to drop you because of my F-bombs?
Oh, you mean Bolt Energy? Electrify your senses?
Yeah, that's it.
Nah, I don't know. Well, I'll find out tomorrow on tomorrow's call.
Hey, well, I'm glad you got to talk to me tonight.
Yeah. We were all glad we got to talk to him. Groucho, king of the F-bombs. Let me tell you, folks, this little snowball is going to start to building momentum up, coming up right now, too. I'm going to tell you in a second. Smooth. Does anybody remember James of Culver City? James was a frequent caller. He used to call on the show a lot in the beginning for a year or two. But James had his share of issues, he did. So he'd call in the show for some really inexpensive therapeutic relief, so he'd say. He can just work everything out on this show and save himself a bunch of money on therapists because this was it was much more financially practical for him. So he would just take it all out on this show. But that's the problem. And let's just hear a little bit of James. We'll get you warmed up for those of you who may remember him. And for those of you who aren't very acquainted with him, just check this out and we'll be right back.
I'm originally from the Northwest.
Like
what?
Like where?
Let's just say the Seattle area.
Okay. Starbucks.
And that's where I went to high school. And
Starbucks High?
Yeah. Okay. And when I left there and came to LA, I left that part of my life behind because it wasn't the greatest time of my life. I was tortured, abused. The run-of-the-mill stuff that happens to high schoolers.
What do you mean tortured?
Oh,
I'm listening.
Of course, high school is torture for kids. Yeah, your body's changing on you. You're having all these thoughts, feelings, emotions. You want to fuck everything that moves.
Yeah.
And then you're ridiculed if you don't dress right. You don't wear the right shoes.
Yeah,
you don't talk to the right people. Hang out and go to the right events. Oh, you watch that, or you like the Bee Gees? Oh, all kinds of crazy stuff.
What's wrong with the Bee Gees?
Get labeled. No, it's not a thing. Bee Gees are one of the greatest bands that have ever existed. I put them second behind the Beatles, believe it or not.
Oh, I
songwriting
wouldn't
ability.
go that far.
That's it. Now that I'm older and I look back, like, yeah, my dad was a son of a bitch. Sometimes to me, I mean, I'll never forget his infamous line, standing there butt ass naked in front of me, going, "You GD son of a bitch! I wouldn't give you the sweat off my balls." But you know what? At the end of the day, he busted his ass working for the man every day and night. He stayed with my mom. They put up with each other. They slept in separate rooms, but they stayed together, and that had an impact on me. And now I have commitment. I won't leave my wingman.
Can I ask you a question?
So to speak. Yeah.
Did you ever ask him why he was standing there butt ass naked in front of you?
It's just the way he was. I mean, World War II veteran. It's like he didn't think anything of it. He was getting ready for work in the morning, and he had to get it off his chest what it was on his mind.
Whether he's with underwear or not, yeah.
Right. Well,
that's got to leave.
Yeah.
That leaves I don't know. Okay.
Still with me to this day. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that burn in your head too.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Holy crap is right. That was James. Now, we were just listening to the softer side of James before he'd start getting really dark. I mean, because for the most part, James would get kind of dark and he'd start going in places that, I just felt it was a little bit over the top, and it wasn't what he'd say, it would be how he'd say it, how he'd use it. And that was a little bit too much. And for some, I just felt for my audience, I mean, because I have a pretty wide audience. We have people from, in their late 20s to their upper 70s watching this show, because it's pretty versatile. We talk about a lot of stuff, and funny is funny. But that's the whole thing. I wanted it to kind of stay, even in a, edgy, funny, I want it within a certain realm, and that's what we tried to do. But man, James would start to get, a little bit dark, and that would tend to get him in trouble. It really would. Speaking of trouble, for a while we used to have what we lovingly called Southern Fried Sundays. That's right, folks. Back in the day, we used to do Southern Fried Sunday because I just found that I thought it'd be entertaining, and it was a hoot. One of my favorite callers was a girl named Melanie. And Melanie was awesome, but she had no filter. I mean, none. It was all good until you got her, put her in a titty twister. And this is what happened. So one night, she's listening to the show, and James from Culver City is on the phone talking on the show. And he's starting to push the limits again. He was. He kept bringing up my daughter, which I bring up my daughter in lots of conversations, because if it wasn't for the things I went through in raising my child, the decisions I had to make in life, I would not be sitting here in this seat doing this show right now, celebrating our 200th live show anniversary, which is another whole story, but that's what we're doing, and I'm proud of it. But he'd start talking about just weird stuff, not weird stuff to her or like perverted or anything like that, but just conversations about my entertainment status and how it may mess up her life due to my selfishness of being in the limelight and all that, which was the farthest from the truth. And so far, and this was years ago, and so far so good. I mean, my daughter as many times said, Dad, do what you want, but I just want to stay out of it. I don't want to be a participant in it. And so I've respected her wishes, and she really hasn't been. I quit asking her to do anything for me or, anything like that. And that's cool. It's fine. But he was saying some things, and Melanie was not having it. I'm telling you right now, she was not having it. So I'm letting you all know right now. We're going to bring Melanie on this clip, and profanity alert, okay? So if anybody's got sensitive ears, you might want to just either leave the room or turn the channel or just watch it and have a good time. That's what I'm going to do. Check it out.
Doesn't want to answer. One ringy dingy.
Hello?
Melanie?
Hi.
I knew I had to call you.
I just called you.
I didn't see no call.
I called you and it went to a message machine.
Really?
Yeah, I just want to let y'all know I love you. You guys are awesome. Grab an adult beverage. I done drank 7 of them before I even started talking on the radio.
You're on more than just the radio. You're live.
I'm live.
Yeah.
Well, hello, world.
Yeah.
I actually work in Culver City. I'm calling from my employer right now.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he works.
What do you do for a living?
He works at night, and he takes his lunch break just to listen to my show, so I got to give him that much.
That's scary.
Are
you a troll normally? I mean,
I'm a full-time student, and this is I'm very blessed to have this job that pays me enough to keep the lights on at home.
Yeah.
So.
You know, I don't even want to know the background material on you, except for what kind of job you got.
Melanie,
I mean,
just I'm showing legitimate, heartfelt concern for his daughter, because I see how celebrities pollute their children's lives because they think about only themselves. I'm not saying Peter's doing that.
You know what worries me about
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You are showing signs of a class A fucking stalker. That's how stalkers act. You act just like a stalker. If you ever disrespect me again, my husband will beat you to fucking death.
And you're not
you understand me, motherfucker?
Tell him, Melanie.
I'm not disrespecting you. I'm trying to give you a compliment.
Melanie, tell him.
You don't ever fucking talk to me like that again, ever.
She's gotten dick pics before. You're not the first. Tell him. Tell him. Tell him, Melanie.
Yeah, you ain't the first.
That's right. Superman's got it down.
Yep. And besides, your dick pic would look like a fucking Vienna sausage. I done heard.
That's
Superman said he tried to use his invisible fucking ray to help you, and he couldn't even find it.
From Vienna.
So shut the fuck up.
That's right.
Melanie, we're just talking.
Yeah. Yeah. That, you know what? You're you know, my super fans, you know what I mean? They're protective. They're protective. Right? Yep, I appreciate it. That's why I love her so much.
Oh yeah. Think it can't get any worse? This conversation continues. So, let's do it.
Oh my God! I bet you're 4'9" and you're around 4'8". You fucking 4x4. You ain't nothing but a twisted asshole. You don't get attention from nobody. You ain't got no girlfriend. You can't grow fucking facial hair, and you got a little dick. Don't you call him fucking with him no more. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
God.
This is God made me.
Yeah, 4x4 with a little brown sausage dick.
What I find so interesting about you, Melanie, is that I have not insulted you.
That's true.
Any way
That's true.
You don't fucking have to. I'm the mouse of the South, bitch. Get used to that. You unleashed it. That's right, my zipper broke. Come on, cook. Kiss my ass.
Oh, boy.
Pick your choice.
All right.
I got to question how good of a counselor you can be if you can't even hold an intelligent conversation without.
Hey, asshole, let me tell you one fucking thing right now. My intelligence right now is because my Caesar medicine is working on me. If you want to challenge my intelligence, I can come up there and you can figure out how far I can stick my foot up your ass.
That's
how
right.
about that?
I could use a
Well,
Caesar
based on your
salad
description
right now.
of me, not very far.
Well, I bet I can get it further than my knee, considering you were 4x4.
All right.
You definitely don't want to talk to me because my childhood would give you a heart attack.
Oh, boy. Maybe we need to
I
all
don't
just
talk, I don't talk to nobody about my childhood.
I know. Hey, listen, because it's getting deep. Can we all just take a deep breath? Maybe we need to pray on this. Some divine intervention as my...
No, he needs Jesus, period.
Melanie mentioned something that I want to ask about. So are you in Alabama?
Let me get the banjo music out. Hang on.
I was born in Pensacola, Florida.
That's right. That's right.
I thought I had a fellow Alabamian with me, but all right.
Fellow
my
what?
husband is. He's a roll tide motherfucker.
That's right. Superman. You go, Anthony.
I'm not a bad guy, you know.
All right. Can we all just kiss and make up?
And kiss and make up is what I tried to do. Hang on. This is I tried to get everybody to get along. I did. I really did, you know. But Melanie, like she said, her zipper done broke and she become unhooked. And she tore James from Culver City a new one. And unfortunately, after that conversation that night, I never heard from James from Culver City again. I mean, she really did a number on him. I don't know, you know, I guess he had enough. Because, you know, everybody in their head thinks they're saying the right things and it's, you know, clever and all that. But sometimes it doesn't come out the way you think it comes out. Believe me, I know. I have those moments occasionally. Because people get offended about everything, especially now. It's like, now I don't even care anymore. But I used to. Because it's just a joke. But either way. So we never heard from James anymore, and I really had hoped that, you know, maybe he'd call in again from time to time. And I thought, you know, okay, you got a little butt hurt, but you'd get over it. But I don't think it was. I think it was just too much for him. I do. So James from Culver City, if you're out there, we'd sure love to hear and see how you're doing. Call me. Just, for shits and grins, for old time's sake. It's been years and I want to see how you're doing. But anyway, that's what happened. And Melanie just took it into her hands and nipped that one right in the butt. Literally. In many shows, I would mention things about my daughter. I always would. Because, again, she was a very big part of how I do this show. And that was important to me. I just talk about things that we do, things like that. But never, I told you, would I include her on being on the show. She didn't want to do that kind of stuff. And therefore, but I talk about things that we've done, how we had our Father's Days or how we had Christmas or, how growing up, school, things like that. Just good stuff. Parental things I'm proud of. Again, I dropped everything to make sure I raised that child. Make sure she had a father, even though we were divorced. Everything was burning to the ground. I want to make sure she had a father and a mother. Her mother's a good mother. We just had our differences eventually. But either way, I wasn't going to let my daughter hurt for all that. So my daughter says, she's never, she didn't, we talk about the show, but she really couldn't care less. She was young. She was young. Then randomly one day, I get a surprise call. I get a call that has no caller ID. And normally I do not answer calls with no caller ID. I just don't. And lo and behold, I get a good old-fashioned, lovingly daughter-daddy show bashing because my 14-year-old is bored one night and decides to call into the show. And here's how it went down.
Hi, you're on with Life of Peter G. Who's this?
What up, Dad?
Hi, who's this?
You better not hang up on me. If you do, I'm gonna be so disappointed in you.
Wait a minute. How come? Hey! How come you're coming up no caller ID?
Have you ever heard of Star 67?
I don't answer no caller IDs.
Well, apparently you just did.
I know I did because I guess that was God telling me to.
What?
Hang on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time in network history of my show,
there's no network.
My daughter is on the phone, and how much?
Dad,
Yes.
there's 3 people watching this.
No, that. See, I just got through. I just got through saying how that number means nothing.
That number means F.
Wow, I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm getting my ass kicked by my daughter. So, anything else you want to say?
To all the people watching, all 3 people watching this.
Yes.
I am sorry. I don't know. If you need help, there is suicide prevention numbers. You're watching this. There's other ways to go about this.
Wow. Nothing like love and support from your inner family.
Love and support? We don't know her.
Yeah. So tonight I'm supposed to have the Easter Bunny on the phone.
Pepsi?
Shh.
My uncle.
So stop. I'm gonna hang up on you.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna hang up on you.
Mean.
Stop. No, it's not mean.
That would be mean.
You're blowing the bits.
Dad, 5 people.
Listen to me. Yeah, there's gonna be 4 people in a minute.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah, it's true. Those of you just tuning in, my daughter decided to call in and show bash me. and
Yeah.
that's
All five.
That's love. That is love. Again, I'll explain to you how the geographical configuration works on this show, and not that it matters to you, but one day I'm going to make this public now so that way we know. When things change, remember what your girlfriend said? She says, you're going to be really sorry because your daddy's going to be famous.
Who said that?
Summer.
Autumn?
Yeah, don't you remember when you came and saw? Yeah, she said that to you. You don't remember? I do. She says you're going to be really sorry because you were making fun of me in front of her too. Because your friends know because you're my daughter, and so nothing is good because I'm your dad. But people from the outside world see it in a whole different light. Look at that. They're going, I missed Anna. The people are writing. How cute. How cute. She's show bashing me. How cute.
It's very cute, Dad. You want to know why?
Yeah, no, tell me why.
But it's not that cute because it could be a lot more show bash than this. Trust me.
No, we don't need.
Y'all better know.
Yeah, well, I got it's called a hang up button.
That is rude.
If I want to get, bashed, I can just, be driving you to school and hear this stuff. I don't need to hear it over there.
Dad, you don't even have to drive me to school. Just call me. Just call me.
Yes, I wake up every day. Wake up every day and go, I should call my daughter.
Love that.
I haven't been cut down in a while.
Humbled.
Exactly. Kids.
Dad, I keep you grounded. You're welcome.
That you do. You do keep me grounded.
That is my life's goal, to keep you grounded.
Well, that's okay because my life goal will be to cut you out of the will.
I'm on the will?
Oh boy.
Did you notice how when I said cutting her out of the will, her tone of her voice just changed? Stopped her dead in her tracks, kinda. Kids, what are you gonna do? It is what it is, but it was funny. She knows she's pretty good. She's got as she's growing older now, she's getting a pretty good, nice, practical, common sense, warped sense of humor. And I'm glad because she knows how to take things with a grain of salt and not be offended, and I'm happy about that. But and we like to make each other laugh. We do. So and this was years ago. Again, she was 14, but back then we'd send each other funny video clips like TikToks and stuff like that. I don't even know if TikTok was around then, but we'd send each other video clips of funny. Well, she'd send me things that she thought was funny. I'd send things that I think are funny. Well, one day I meant to send her a clip, and I accidentally sent her a clip of Melanie bitching out James from Culver City. And I sent it. And once you send it, I remember she was in grade school. Not grade school. She was in middle school. And I sent it. And then I realized, like, whoops. I mean, it was one of those clips, and you heard those clips. So, I think that I think it, pretty much scarred her for life. But check it out. This is what ended up happening with that clip. So I didn't say nothing, figuring maybe she didn't pay attention, but here's what happened.
Oh boy. Anyway.
What a great divorce dad.
Yeah, worst dad ever. It's not even. You know what? You should have called me on. Hello. You should have a good call would have been a call like on Father's Day or something. You
wanted me to bash you on Father's Day?
No, that's the point.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know.
That would be rude.
I'm going to put you on the haters list. I got a lot of haters. I do.
Ooh, wait, not Melanie. No, Melanie is a super fan.
Yeah, she's a super fan. She's the mouth of the South. Wow, somebody keeps up. You've been privately watching. Why don't you just admit it?
No, you sent me that one.
Oh,
you're like, oops, by accident.
Yeah.
Dad, I can never unhear what I heard.
I know you did. You probably your ears must have caught fire. Your ears must have caught fire.
They didn't catch fire, Dad. I burned them.
Oh boy!
I cut them off and threw them away.
Oh boy, yeah, you have no ears after hearing a clip of Melanie go off.
Oh no,
God
Dad, it was
bless
bad.
her. Go bless her.
It was bad.
It was a Southern Fried Sunday. What can I say?
That was not Southern Fried. That was Southern Bonfire.
Oh yeah, I know. I just part of the plan.
She was scarred for life. My daughter's ears caught fire. I mean, it was bad. She wasn't expecting it. Not that she couldn't handle it, but she wasn't expecting it. Again, she was 14. Oops. So let's go back. From people calling into the show. Before that, things were changing, and we started doing other things, and I have one word to say. Edward, my man on the street, He'd go out and talk to people. He's on a few of the trailers and things like that. It didn't last a whole long time because we were having scheduling problems and things were forever evolving. And plus, he's a fart in the wind. He's just, to nail him down, he's next to impossible because he's just all over the map. But he's good. And I had a lot of plans for him. But things were changing, like I said. And one way or another, time went by. We just kept moving on with or without him. It's just, I don't stop. That's just the way it is. Life is not going to wait for me. And I found Edward again and managed to get Edward back on the show to see, if I could, get him to start coming around again and start, because he was good. He was a loose cannon. That's what made it so good. But anyway, so I got him on the show to sit down. He was off somewhere and decided he'd come on as a guest, so to speak. So let's hear what Edward had to say, and we'll go from there. When it comes to this show, I care a lot, and
no, well, definitely, of course, it's your show.
Well, I know, but the thing is, I would have never started if I didn't think there was something to be had here. And I always thought there was something, there was a few, if I had the budget, you'd already be doing really well because I believe me.
I already told you, I will come on full time. I just want a hair and makeup team. Okay. A stipend of $50,000 a month. That's what I feel like I deserve.
Hang on. Let me get my pen. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. What else? Oh, craft services.
Well, that's a given.
I could get behind that. What else?
You want the bologna sandwiches?
What else do movie stars get? Oh, I want an unlimited clothing budget.
Yeah, I think there's a bad connection in the line. I didn't hear you that well.
Oh, okay. Okay, now. Okay, this is what I want, Peter.
I want.
This is what I want.
I
would like to. I want to speak to one of your viewers. I would love to speak to someone.
Let me see if we.
So
can
can we open up? I want to speak to somebody, but not that you're.
No. I get it. Okay. So here's the thing, folks. For the sake of Edward getting some satisfaction out of him coming on the show, somebody. Please call in and talk to Edward. Ask him whatever the hell you want to ask him. I mean,
please save me from this conversation with Peter.
That's the thing, because he can talk to me anytime. Edward was designed for skits, not to be talking to me. But being that I haven't seen him in a long time, I just felt we should bring you up and introduce you. But at least you showed up, and I appreciate you finally not showing up and doing this. But that's
I do want a.
I want
double. Okay, there's a company called Modern Surfboards. Okay.
Oh my God.
The surfboard I want is like $700.
Yeah, you're gonna surf.
I already do know how to surf. I'm just not good at it.
All right, so this is what I want to film then.
Okay. Oh yeah, we can do a whole surfing. So the whole thing is because before when I was surfing, the board I was using wouldn't support my weight. This one's called the Modern Double Wide.
I'd like to see that thing just snap.
The name is a little like double wide, like double wide tractor. Anyways, but they increased the volume, they doubled the volume so it supports my weight, so that way I can do it up. So what I want from you is to buy it for me.
So what you're saying is it looks like the size of my front door. That it's like,
wow, you bitch, you're rude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, basically, it's like I think it's 9'2".
Yeah, but the width of it to have the buoyancy. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Look,
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah,
listen, I gotta go. It's been fun. Yeah. I'm hanging up on you. You're not hanging up on me.
Really?
I just want to make that clear.
Well, no, don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh my God. Okay, fine. If you want to hang up, if you want to do that to our friendship, it's fine. If you really want to do it to our friendship, that's fine.
What again?
You shouldn't neglect me.
It's every other day. Listen, thank you for coming on. Okay.
You know what? You're so welcome.
Yes. And so
the pleasure's been all yours.
Of course it has. And so we'll talk again. All right. Because I really got to wrap this up and go back to your doing your homework and drinking.
Don't forget to wrap it up, people.
Wrap it up. Oh, yeah.
Wrap it up or pay the consequences.
This is Edward with a PSA.
Yeah, this is Edward with a PSA. Thank you.
Is that what you want to leave as your final word?
What, wrap it up?
Yeah.
That's good. I think that's good.
Your final word? Go ahead. Do it one more time. I'm going to...
Also, stay in school, kids.
Stay in school. Tell everybody this is Edward, and this is what I got to tell you.
This is Edward. Wait, what? Now I got lost.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Now that you put the pressure on me. Okay, that's fine. You ruined it. It's okay.
Just do something so I can make a nice out of it.
Didn't you say you were going to hang up?
I am. Just leave us with your final thought.
Final thought. pay me what I deserve.
No, I don't mean that.
Oh,
okay. I can. All right. I can tell when we just this wagon is the.
My brain is fried.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, people.
All
This
right.
is Edward signing out.
There you
Wrap
go.
it up.
Wrap it up. Edward's a mess. Still is. And we're still in negotiations, but that will remain to be seen. Everybody take a drink. To 200 shows and then some. Ooh. Smooth. Let's shift gears. Let's talk about Pepsi. The busiest man in no business. Pepsi. My Pepsi. Pepsi and I have had a million laughs together. We have. It's what we do best. We'd already be rich if screwing around paid well. But right now, it doesn't pay much. And so we just got to keep on hoping. We had a lot of fun. And so when I think of Pepsi, or when you think of Pepsi, think of fun and jokes. And I want to share a few with you, and we'll see what happens. But that's pretty much, here lies Pepsi, Mr. Fun and Jokes, and so be it. I don't know. Did you hear that President Joe Biden, he was hospitalized this morning?
Oh, no, sir, I did not.
Oh, yeah, this is current events. Yeah, he was hospitalized.
Dementia?
No, he was hospitalized this morning. But after about 5 hours of tests, they finally figured out what was wrong. Yeah.
Tell me. We're dying to know.
He was hospitalized because he can't stop Putin.
Get over it.
The jokes are free, babe. I think it's a pretty good joke, but I'll let you decide. You, the people, you decide. Do you like my joke? And here's the story. A quick one too, because sometimes I'd be dragging it out when Bob's on the show. I'll be like going on and on. He's like, yeah, get to it, and I keep on going. But it's a pretty simplistic joke. This farmer walks into the house, and he walks into the house, and he's got a sheep under his arm, and the wife's in the kitchen, and she looks over at him, and she goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And he looks over at her, and he goes, "See here, this is the pig I've been fucking," and she looks at him, and she says, "You dumbass, that's not a pig, that's a sheep." And all of a sudden he goes, "I know, I was talking to him."
All righty then. The jokes are free, babe.
Hey.
Very nice, sir. Very nice.
You get what you pay for.
That's right. You get what you pay for.
I know. I was talking to him.
I know.
And out the door I went.
Speaking of out the door.
Yeah. Speaking of out the door. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a lovely audience. I'm here all week. Try the veal. The other night I was over at McDonald's, and I was waiting inside, and one of the people behind the counter called out order number 867, right? So I immediately sprung up and I said 5309, and nobody laughed. And at that moment, I felt I was really old, and I took my burger and I went and sat outside on the playground and ate it.
I probably would have left or something.
5309. You know that, like, we're doing a I'm kind of been putting together entries for our talent contest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've while you were away over the past few weeks, even though you were here last week, but I was working on this stuff because it's endless here at the show, and I put together a couple of. You didn't get to see a couple of what I believe should be the finalists for the talent contest.
Oh,
now,
do tell.
Well, you know that we have the dancing competition, correct? And now this one was around when, pretty much. This one was you saw this one, I think. But this is, I just want you to see him real fast. But this one I think we're going to keep for the dancing final.
Make we go in a delight, happy nice, lucky door. Set you on your knee, naffy score. Set the ballador when you wine, watch it goal. Girl, you are me queen, you me wife, you me your money for your street.
What do you think? What do you think?
I've been blinded.
Again, you're very sensitive.
I've been blinded. I can't see.
Well, I could have done this one.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
That is the no-no zone for sure. That's the no-no zone.
I know how much you love that one.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Where's my donut, man? Where's my donut?
Donut.
Yeah.
Can a bitch get a donut?
Now that's entertainment.
Now that's entertainment. Pepsi, he loves funny. And I know funny. I would try everything out on him. He was like my, what do you call that test? And, for years, it was like, that was how it would work. He's behind the console. I say, track 1, hit record. And I'll tell you when to go to track 2. And he'd just not know what's coming. And I'd see how I was doing because based on his reactions. And they were pretty similar to that. But also behind the funny, there's almost 25 years of friendship that we've been doing things on and off together. And there's a little bit of serious side too. I mean, we love funny, but there's some seriousness behind the ridiculousness. Like on my birthday, he wasn't around at the time, but he called in on one of my birthday shows, and you get a little bit more of the serious side, but just a little, not too much.
This is very rarely said, but I was thinking about this right before I called. It's you have been just an absolutely fantastic friend, and I can't thank you so much for everything that you've done. And it's especially you need to people just need to hear it. I mean, I know that you know this already, but people need to hear it. So
well, Pepsi, I have a soft spot for the ridiculous.
hey man, God takes care of the stupid ones, right? So
yeah,
again, and I thank you. I thank you, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me through the years, man. So we're gonna get it.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah.
Here, try this.
Yeah. So, man. Excellent. Okay.
All right.
Well, have a great birthday, man. We'll talk soon, man. And love to all your fans out there, man. We're gonna get through this, man.
You tell them they're listening to you.
We're gonna get through this. Okay,
right.
My good man.
All
We'll
right.
talk soon.
All right.
Good night.
Good night. Wow. There you have it. Pepsi. That boy, one day I'm going to have a long talk with that boy. I've had some ridiculously stupid fun, and I do mean ridiculously stupid fun with that boy. He's hung by my side, when I had all these cockamamie ideas on projects and things I want to do, and he's always hung in there and put up with my shit. And then, like I said, just press record. Track 2. Boom. Press record. Just keep on going. And then finally, when it all comes together, it's like, it kind of works. God bless him. Pepsi. Just Pepsi. Nothing more, nothing less. Pepsi. Because 9 out of 10 people prefer Pepsi over Coke. Unless you ask Pepsi. As I said, God bless him. Let's talk about long-time callers. One of my longest occasional callers is Gene. Gene from Baltimore. So this is Gene on the phone calling in for whatever reason, and I'm trying to get her ramped up, trying to get her all fired up. But, you know, I did the best I can, but you judge for yourself.
My name is Gene. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.
Can you sound a little more matter when you're saying it?
My name is Gene. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.
I'll take it. Okay, Gene. I'm gonna have to.
You know what? I wish I was closer to you so I could see you in person.
You're seeing me in person right now.
My name is Gene. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. Amen.
That's right. Thank you, Gene. Ladies and gentlemen, Gene from Baltimore. She's mad as hell and she's not going to take it anymore. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Brandon. Gene, fan of the show. Gene from Baltimore. And if you didn't notice, she's mad as hell and she's not going to take it anymore. Let's go, Brandon. You remember that? Let's go, Brandon. And they mean it. As things changed, Peter G Show started evolving. We're able to get guests from all over the world. And I have. And one of my guests was Willow. And she was from Down Under, mate. She was from Australia. And you know me, I'm always trying to make people feel comfortable, or at least I'd like them to be comfortable when they're on the show with me, because you don't know, every show, everybody's like, I'm kind of nervous. I'm going, don't worry about it. I'm telling you, it's just us talking, just conversation. And we get going. But one thing for sure is that, I try to be accommodating and make people feel comfortable. So here's me doing my best on a budget to try to, just make it to where we're got a lot in common. And, just because she's from Australia and I'm from the States here, we're just trying to blend and all come together. But check it out. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to be a little bit, this is about as Australian as I can get right now. Okay.
Oh,
I got a Foster's beer, mate.
That's so gross. Have you tasted it?
No, I haven't, but I'm gonna. I know this is like being a tourist, isn't it? Right? hang on. I did this for you because I go, oh, she might get a kick out of it. That's not beer.
I don't know. You could buy them over there.
The commercials say that's beer. I can't even get it open. I hope it doesn't spray. I know.
That's the first challenge.
Is it really? Yeah. I don't have fingernails. Okay, there I go. Ah. Okay, so wait. I'm going to taste it right now, okay? Let me taste again.
I hope you've got it cold. It goes down better. Oh, good.
Yes. Any beer goes down better cold.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. I mean, I can't really compare it to an American beer, what it's like, but hey, don't do it. Somebody just said don't drink the Fosters. What kind of beer do you favor over there? Or do you drink beer?
No, I drink wine. I'm a Pinot drinker.
Oh, a Pinot drink. Oh, I should have gotten some. They didn't make Foster's wine.
But I like ciders, and Stella's pretty good. Stella Artois, I like that. Or is that how you say it?
I take that back because I do drink Australian wine. It's got a screw top on it. It's called a Yellowtail.
Yes, Yellowtail.
Yeah, good old Yellowtail.
Yep.
I like it. I mean, after the first glass, everything's good.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
That's when your beer goes down well, after you drink a wine.
Exactly. I'm going to have to drink it now because I opened it because I don't want to be rude. And I'll drink to that. You guessed it. Smooth. Just trying to be cordial with our guests, especially when they're from out of the country. Stories. Love having great guests on, and musicians are one of them. In fact, this year I'm going to be bringing a lot more of them on. But this A-lister musician that I had on, I loved setting him up with a story and messing with him, pulling a prank. And Terry Woolman, one of the biggest, he's like one of the guys that, you know, his name isn't known like Van Halen, but believe me, he plays with the biggest of the big and does tons of stuff, but he's just under the radar. But he's big, and he's my friend. And I even learned things when he came on the show. I learned more personal stuff because I get personal. We don't talk all about the music. I learned about his life and how he transitioned and moved here to LA. And I mean, it was a really great show. The conversation, it just got better and better. But towards the end, I had to set him up for a little bit of a prank. And I like that because, you know, again, funny is good. I'd rather be laughing than crying, but we do a little bit of both here. But I like to at least bring things back up. Here's a little story I told Terry, and he bought into it hook, line, and sinker for quite a bit until we, you know. Well, here, check it out. But here's what I've got for you. This is a little surprise.
All my ex-girlfriends from junior high school.
Yeah. So I've got a little footage.
Okay.
Of one of your don't ask me how I got it, okay? But I've got some footage of one of your early bands when you started out, okay? And the thing is, though, unfortunately, whoever was taking this stuff, you don't really see you, but you can see the headstock of your guitar. But the thing is, there's some things that go down in bands, and when that happens, you know, I want you to explain it because you were there. I'm pretty sure you were there. Okay. And during while it went down, I can hear your playing, and when you played, it started like drifting off into the horizon. But these are the typical things, and when you're starting out in bands, now look at your head is spinning. I could tell.
I can't wait. I have no idea.
Oh yeah. So I couldn't blow it up. It was very hard to decipher. But I have a clip because again, this is old.
Okay.
But I have a clip, and it was told to me that this is so some things went down between, you know how it is with bands and stuff playing in your first bars and things like that. But I want, after you see this, I want your reaction. I want you to explain to me what actually went down during this. And okay.
Can't wait.
Don't mention it, okay? Yeah, right. This is how I roll. But anyway, so I'm going to play this right now. So this is a typical one of you. Again, I don't know how old you were or whatever, but you know you got the bass player. So check this out and tell me what actually happened here, okay? Because I got a pretty good view of it. But here you go.
Okay.
So
that's a rough memory for me.
Okay. But I mean, apparently, like something, I guess the singer, you know, little blonde dude, whoever you had, was cocky, and he had a beer in his hand, and he wasn't happy with the drummer's tempo. Something was told but I can hear it now. I don't know because you were too busy taking this in, but listen to your playing. I'm gonna play it one more time. I want you to see how like everybody started, and like your bass player, I don't know what his name was, you probably know him, but listen to how you faded away because you were in oh fuck mode. Okay.
By the way, I've never been really big on people bringing alcohol onto the stage while we're playing.
This was a long time. This was a long time ago. Don't try this at home, kids. But here, check it out one more time.
That's hysterical.
Care to elaborate?
No comment.
Dun.
Yeah, you could kind of hear the guitar slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just so that I really don't have to explain this later.
Yeah. To who?
To anybody.
Nobody watches the show anyway. What's the difference?
I actually really wish I was there when that happened too. I've seen that.
I'm sorry. I you know,
I know we're joking.
It was sent to me by some of my musician friends, and I saw that, and I go, "Oh, this is the perfect time. I'm going to bring you back to the roots."
It's great. It could have been me. We've all done those gigs.
Oh, well, we can't tell because it was only a headstock, but the look on your face watching it, priceless. Priceless. And it was. because he had no idea what was going on, and then he realizes that can't be me because he's got his act together mentally, but it sure was funny watching his look on his face. But again, no matter how much fun or how serious the conversations would get on any show that we've done within the 200 shows, I would always, at the end of the show, I will always reel it back in and give thanks, because I am grateful. I'm grateful that I'm here, regardless of the ups and downs. And if anybody who's paid attention and knows me or knows the show long enough, because I pretty much tell it like it is for the most part. I think it's just life, but there's plenty of ups and downs, people, and that's just life. The question is how you handle all the ups and downs. I do okay, but there's times when I do get my ass kicked, but I always bring it back in at the end of the show to just express how grateful I am. And here's a few examples as we're slowly right now starting to wrap up the show, because the show is going longer, but it is our 200th anniversary show, in case you didn't notice. This is how I normally wrap up the shows. And again, I think it's just coming straight from deep within and how I feel. And I hope it makes a difference for you guys too. It's been a lot of work and a lot of ups and downs and stress doing this show at times, but I love doing this show. I do. If you only knew, a lot of people if you only knew how this 1 hour plus is the easiest part of the week, but it's it takes all that effort, and not just me, there's other people involved too. And it takes all that just to get to here. And it goes by in a blink of an eye. It's like, I wish this was the only thing I had to worry about, is just sitting here talking to you guys. But unfortunately, there's a lot more to it. How was this year to you guys? Again, my struggle is every day too. I get up, like today was a tough day. We didn't have any guests coming on tonight, except for possibly a caller, which I'll believe it when I see it or hear it. But today was one of those days where I did not feel like moving too fast. I didn't. We all have those days. But today is a day that I really need to be moving fast. I just didn't feel like it. I don't know why. It's not like I was overtired, although yet I could have felt like I could have slept all day. You just get like that. And it's like, I got to get going. And then the pressure of the show, and there's a certain cutoff hour to it's like now we go into oh shit mode. It's like the countdown, the final. I call it the final 4 hours prior, and getting ready earlier in the day has its moments too. But then when you get down to the final 4, it's like there's no screwing around. You better be up and going and running and making sure that all your ducks are in a row, because when you get down to the last 10 seconds and everything, green lights and we go live, it better all work. And sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. But I'm grateful for the time we have. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, every day, just because I'm here, and I get that a lot. People see me and they think like everything is honky-dory. It's just like you, only different. So how is just like you? I'll tell you, for me, I can't be thankful enough. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad you're here. We're going to do a lot tonight. I want this last favor for the year for me. Go to my Peter G Show YouTube channel and just hit the subscribe button. I got to beat these guys at their own game. I know if you belong to Facebooks or LinkedIn's and all that, and you're watching from there, I know, I get it. But just do me this favor, okay? Just go there and hit the subscribe button. It's free. Just do it. Because they are giving me a hard time. They've been giving me a hard time for over a year now, and we just got to keep on saying, you know what? I'll keep on getting up, and we'll keep on moving forward, despite if you want to, hold me down. And that's okay. But just do me that favor. If you go there, make a statement. It's like making a little quiet social statement. It's like, yes, Peter G Show, YouTube, subscribe. We want to watch the guy. I want to watch the guy. We have a lot of faithful people, fans that watch the show. And then I have your people that come and go. And then I also find out that when people are grabbing straws, there's times in your life when you need something, you gravitate towards the show because we talk about a lot of hardship stuff as well as entertaining stuff. But at the same time, if you get involved, let's say you're out of a relationship and your relationship went south, all of a sudden you get into a new relationship. I noticed there's certain people that are close that I know that were, avid followers, and all of a sudden they just disappear. Life got busy again. And that's cool. I get it. I'm been there, done that. But I dedicate myself to this because I feel that for every one or two that has to step out for a while or step away permanently or whatever, there's 5 more coming in the door. And that's important to me. So I hang in there, and I've had shows on everything from, I've had to watch what I do. And when it comes to guests, there's a lot of topics I really want to talk about. But then I have to start turning off YouTube channels and all that because I've been censored. I've been shut down. I've been punished. I've been banned. But I'm still here. And I'll keep on going. Because I believe in what I'm doing. And I believe in you because you believe in me. And that makes all the difference. And it does make all the difference. And I thank you for believing in me. I'll drink to that again. Wow. 200 shows. 200 live shows and counting. Again, there's actually almost 300 shows in all. You can find them easily on YouTubes and things like that. But I'm grateful for all of them. I am. It didn't have to, I had a phone conversation with somebody in the business as I'm not trying to wear them down, but I'm just trying to make sure they're paying attention. And, he didn't realize how many shows we had. And he said, for what it's worth, I don't know many people who have almost 300 shows under their belt at this level. I think it was a compliment, but I just told him thanks. I'll tell my creditors that. Anyway, I am so grateful to all of you for sticking with me as this show has been growing and growing. As you may have seen if you're watching the show tonight, the looks, the sounds, the jokes are just, they are what they are, but take what we can get. But I thank you. We're growing. My goal is to bring you more and more of what I call entertainment with a purpose. We want to have fun, but I want to talk about things that will help you out too. And a lot of people need that. And I was one of them back in the day. Only 10, 12 years ago, when I was just going through things that I just never gone through before, and I needed help. And thanks to people who would listen to me, point me in the right directions, and mostly just listen to me, let me blow off steam. That's how this show got started, because I managed to get through all that, as most do, but at the time you just don't think you can. You think your world is falling apart, and it is. But the trick is to not burn it to the ground, because it's really hard to rebuild when you burn it. Breaking stuff and, just having issues, that's one thing. But I am forever grateful. And thank you for all you watching all the time and listening. Don't forget, next week is a very important show to me too, because it was an inspirational moment for me many, many, many years ago, as I bring on Connecticut guitar instructor and music teacher, Mr. Nicky Nasco. We're going to talk to him on how he inspires young kids learning instruments and, and how that affects them. And to me, it's a great thing. It's great for the brain to be learning an instrument. It's great to keep you out of trouble. And who doesn't love music? I mean, music just calms the savage beast, so to speak. I have people that just go crazy, and God bless them. They're like super fans when it comes to going to concerts and stuff like that. And, you know, that's what keeps the music alive, is the appreciation from the people who don't do the music. But Nick's going to be on next week. Plus, we met many years ago, and he has no idea how we met. And that's going to blow his mind, because I'm going to reveal to him how I met him. I'm not going to say how many years, but it was a long time ago. And it was inspirational to me too. And he has no idea, but that's going to be kind of cool. So you're going to want to tune in next week, Wednesday, March 29th, right here. Check that show out, because it's a feel-good show, inspirational. And it was inspirational for me. It inspires, you know, again, I'm all about the motivating kids to do good stuff. So tune in, all right? And again, I know you just heard it on one of the clips, but please go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. Can't say it enough. Do it for our 200th anniversary show. Just go ahead. It's free, even though you're watching from other things. You know, I got too many channels. That's the problem. I should have narrowed it down to one or two. There's too many platforms I'm on, and I'm spread out all over the place, and it spreads you kind of thin. But I need help over on the YouTube world. So please go over there, take a second, and just hit the subscribe button. It takes, 2 minutes, and it's free. Just do that for me, and don't forget the podcast. Those of you who can't watch because you're busy, I totally understand that too. But take us on the road with you. Put an earbud in your ear while you're driving the car. I'm gonna do some animation while we're doing it. You're driving in the car, you can listen to the Peter G Show. Just go to Peter G Show podcast, Google it, and pick which platform you want it from. Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. There's 25 different platforms I'm pretty sure I'm on. 24 or 25, and you can just pick whichever one's easiest for you and take these shows to work with you while you're exercising, walking, whatever. It's good stuff. I'm telling you, entertainment with a purpose, right? And lastly, I want to thank my good friends over at Clean Star Products with their DX1 driver. Better fuel economy for your car, and it's good for your car, and it saves you money, and that makes sense. I want to thank them for, lastly, again, knowing what I do and still sponsoring me. That says a lot. I'm Peter G. I want to thank you for watching, always watching, and especially on this 200th live show, anniversary show, Life of Peter G, the Peter G Show, right here. This whole thing is near and dear to my heart. I work my ass off. You may not see it. It may not look like it, but there's a lot going on. But I love what I do, and I love you for paying attention. It makes it worth getting up and doing it, even when I'm banging my head up against the wall. And there's a lot of that too. But I digress. I love you. I do. Can't say it enough. I think I say it on every single show, but I know what it takes. You could have many choices in life to pick what you want to do and what you want to watch, but you chose to pay attention to little old me, and I love you for it. So we'll see you next week, all right? Thanks again for watching the 200th show. I really like it. But as always, for the 200th show time and more, my name is Peter G. Thank you for watching, and as always, peace out.
Peter G Show.